All right, Kremlin Nation, what's up? We are back in the studio for another at-home video.
Yes, we are.
All right, and as you can tell that you clicked on the title, we're going to be talking about tips for going to Hollywood studios during the Disney restrictions that are currently going on because of coronavirus, COVID-19, the plague, whatever you want to call it. So this is like our first part of our series. We're going to be diving into every park, just kind of giving out our tips and some pointers for, as Thor's leaning on the window, and our tips and for each park, just so we can help y'all get the most of y'all's trip, since park hours are limited now. So you're the expert. You went to Hollywood Studios. I did not.
Correct. You weren't there.
Yeah. So just overall tip, what would you say is a good thing to do in Hollywood Studios?
So, for one, I think the park hours currently are 10 to 8.
Okay.
I guess one of us could check that.
And that could change. Well,
Yeah.
I thought I looked and like it was different on each day. So like Thursday was
okay.
different, Friday was different.
I was seeing it was 10 to 8 every day that we were there.
So-
But basically the key is to get there 30 minutes early still.
So first tip, make sure you look the day before and make sure you have the right park hours.
Yes.
Which we talked about in the like general video that we did right before this. If you want to watch it, click up here. Just about general Disney parks, whereas this is only Hollywood Studios. So make sure you know what time to get there, which is 30 minutes.
Yes,
before.
30 minutes early. So I want to say when we got there, they opened at 10. We got there at 9:30. They were already open when we got there.
Mm-hmm.
So they may be even opening it a little earlier than 9:30. But as far as I know, 9:30 is when they open the gates. And now it is a little different. So pre-COVID, they opened 30 minutes early, but they kept everyone down Hollywood Boulevard. Now it's free range. You can go into the park. You can go to any parts of the park that you want at 9:30.
Mm-hmm.
It's not guaranteed that every ride is going to be open at 9:30. So I talked to a cast member there, and they said, we try to get every ride open at 9:30, but the rides aren't required to be open until 10. So if there's a little something wrong or they're not finished cleaning or whatever, it may be a little later, and it may vary ride to ride. However, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, Tower of Terror, Rock and Roller Coaster, Toy Story Mania, and Slinky Dog, at the very least, those 5 rides are all open before 10 o'clock.
Okay.
So my suggestion is get there at 9:30, maybe get in a line.
If it opens at 10.
If it opens at 10, get there 30 minutes early, get in line for something that you want to ride, and but be sure that at 10 o'clock you're ready to join that virtual queue. And I would even say if it's cutting it close, to just not get in line, join the virtual queue at 10 o'clock. Maybe what we did is we got there, we went to Starbucks, and then we went to the bathrooms like by Toy Story Land, like kind of by One Man's Dream, and we sat there for like 10 minutes until 10 o'clock. Then we joined the virtual queue, and then we did like Swirling Saucers and Toy Story Mania. Both of those were walk-ons at that time.
Now, aren't they doing multiple like queue openings?
Yes. So when we were there, they were doing queues at 10 a.m., 2 p.m., and 4 p.m. However, that has now changed from 10 a.m. from those 3 to now just 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. And from talking to our friends that are locals that go to the parks all the time, they said be sure that you're in the 10 a.m. queue, because there's no guarantee that they open up that 2 p.m. queue. Now, the 2 p.m. queue may still be open. You can also only join one queue. If you join the 10 a.m. queue and it rolls around and it's 2:30 and you still haven't got on the ride yet, you can't join the 2 p.m. queue and then have 2 waiting times. Or if you join the 10 a.m., you get an early.
Which y'all joined at 10. What time did y'all end up riding the ride?
We ended up riding around 1 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we got boarding group like 21 or something like that. Something in the 20s. 24. So 24. So Bailey was telling me we got 24. So it was sometime around 1. I know we ate right around noon at Backlot, and then went straight to Rise.
So speaking of Backlot, not that Hollywood is known for its Disney dining,
Sure.
but we usually always eat quick service at Hollywood Studios, usually Backlot or Ronto Roasters or Woody's Lunchbox or Andy's Lunchbox, whatever it is. It's confusing.
Which I think
Whichever it is, I know it's like, well, why is it not the other one?
Yeah,
You know?
and also that's closed right now.
Oh, it is?
Mhm.
Okay, well, now you know this tip. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Woody's Andy's Lunchbox is closed currently.
So how was like the food handling? Like, did you think it was safe?
Yeah, so that was pretty normal. They are pushing a lot more people to do mobile ordering. So the mobile ordering has changed a little bit. For those that are Disney park experts, before you could literally go get a seat and do your mobile order, and then within 5 minutes you were probably getting your food. However, now they make you select a 15-minute time window.
Mm-hmm.
So it may be noon, for example, but they'll say you'll be there between 12:15 and 12:30. So you don't want to get to the place and then order. You want to get on there, order, and then anytime between 12:15 and 12:30,
like
you can say that you're there. No, it worked out great, but I think that was the first place we mobile ordered. Yeah, that's Hollywood was the first place we mobile ordered. So that was kind of took me by surprise when we did the Backlot tour, but our Backlot tour, the Backlot Express. But they're definitely pushing mobile ordering now. Like there's mobile ordering signs everywhere. Now you still can go through the line and pay cash, just like normal, but they're definitely urging and pushing mobile order when possible.
Side note, can we just talk about how it's weird that like we grew up in a Hollywood Studios with Backlot Tour, great movie ride, Streets of America,
Lights, camera, or
lights, camera,
lights, motors,
lights,
actions.
motor action, yeah. And like our wives will like never get to experience
I made what movie were we watching, and I made a lights, motors, action joke just the other day. Was it the other guys? I think it's the other guys.
Oh yeah.
And I made a lights, motors, action joke, and I was like, oh man, Chase is the only one in the room that's gonna get that reference.
Yeah, sad, but hey, it's for the better, you know. Hollywood is an amazing place right now,
with the exception of the Osborne lights.
True, bring those back.
We never got to go to.
All right, so what was y'all's? How did y'all like attack Hollywood Studios? Like, what was y'all's game plan going in? So you said you got the virtual queue at 10 over by Toy Story Land. What did y'all do in the meantime while you're waiting for your time to come up?
So we did the virtual queue, and then we went to actually I know what we did. We went to Joffrey's because Bailey didn't like her coffee at Starbucks because Starbucks apparently made it really bad. So we went to Joffrey's and got coffee. And then we did Swirling Saucers, which was a walk-on. We did Toy Story Mania, which was a walk-on. And then it's weird because the morning times now, that's when the longest lines are. Which usually if you get there right at open, you're able to like go on more stuff earlier. But now I think everyone's trying to push to get their park open because of the limited hours. So we looked at the app and it was like, well, everything is like 40-minute lines, but we know it's going to go down because we've been looking at it. So we ended up doing One Man's Dream, which I always enjoy, even when it's not a preview. And then from there, I think we went to Rock and Roller Coaster, maybe.
So what were like, if you do remember like the listed wait times, what were they and what were like the actual wait times?
So I know Mickey and Minnie's was listed over 40 minutes each time. I think one was 40 and one was 45. We were on.
And y'all rode it twice?
We rode it twice. We were on in 20 minutes or less.
Okay.
Both times. The last time we got on like 20 minutes before park closing, and it was supposed to be like a 45-minute wait. And in the 20 minutes before park closed, we got in line, rode the ride, and got out before the park even closed, before it was even park close hours-wise.
And
that was pretty much the same with everything else. Like, I'm trying to think. Oh, Rock and Roller Coaster, that's the one that's like a huge difference because when you get in line, I want to say when we rode it, it was like a 20-minute posted wait time, but the line was outside the queue. So But we got on in like, I don't know, 15 minutes.
Was there a single rider line or anything like that?
There's not. I'm being told that there's not a single rider line. There is a single rider line for test track still, which is weird because I remember noticing that and I was like, why? I didn't really understand it because they're only putting one person per vehicle or something. I don't know, but that was weird. But no, they're not doing single rider for Rock and Roller Coaster. But like one time we got in line and it was out by the guitar, and it was like 20 minutes because it's 6 minutes or it's 6 feet in between each person.
6 feet, no fast pass line, no single rider line.
Right. Now, the one thing that is different about Rock and Roller Coaster is you don't have the Aerosmith thing on. Like, that's not on where they're talking to you in the pre-show area. Yeah, that's not going. It's just, you literally just walk through the line and get on.
So are any other lines different or like
a
ride that you would normally get a fast pass for?
Yeah, so Hollywood Studios was really different on their lines. Like, Smuggler's Run, we rode it twice, and it was...
and that's also one party per vehicle, right?
Correct. There's only one party per vehicle. So you can have a party of 6 all go in one vehicle, but it's one party. So me and Bailey rode together both times and got to be pilot both times. But, you know, when you go through that line and there's... all Star Wars fans are going to hate me. The guy that you see that's talking to you. Hondo.
To be fair, he's not in the movies.
Oh, perfect. So Hondo's talking to you, but the line keeps moving. Like, you don't get stopped in that pre-show room. Like, part of the 6 feet line is in that room, but they just have him on a loop talking the whole time.
Yeah. Okay. I kind of noticed that in the video because it was like out of order, it seemed like.
Yeah.
But overall, was your Hollywood experience worth it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I loved it. I mean, we got to ride everything. We did Rock and Roller Coaster, and we did Mickey and Minnie's twice. Actually, we did Smuggler's Run twice. We didn't do Rock and Roller twice, right? Yeah, so we did Mickey and Minnie's twice, and we did Smuggler's Run twice. Did y'all do
Tower of Terror?
We did not do Tower of Terror because Bailey couldn't talk me into doing it. But we could have. We could have done Tower of Terror. It would have been easy. Now, we'll say, again, that was one of the rides that in the morning had like a 50-minute posted wait time. And the line was literally out by the wait sign.
Yeah. The Spaceship Earth effect.
Right.
Everyone.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's all we have for Hollywood Studios. You want to stay tuned. Make sure you're subbed and have notifications on. Because in the next video, we are going to be talking about our tips for Animal Kingdom. So, Flight of Passage, which is universally accepted as the best or second best ride at Disney World behind Rise of the Resistance, if you're a Star Wars fan or not.
No, Rise of the Resistance is first.
I agree, but
the other people.
I was trying to be accepting of people that are wrong.
I don't accept you.
But if you want any tips for Animal Kingdom, please come back, as we are also going to be doing Epcot and Magic Kingdom in future videos. If you haven't seen our 2020 vlogs in the parks, hit this button up here on the left to watch all of those. And there will also be a playlist and a random video if you want to watch that at the end of this video. It might be up right now on my face, but I don't know because it's like 15 seconds before the video ends. But we'll see y'all next time. We still don't have a guaranteed outro, so I'll just zoom in closely on Cody's face.
Quaharini.
Awkwardly.